Hello, everyone. My name is Eric Benish. I'm the executive producer for NBA 2K21, and I just want to welcome you and thank you so much for following along with NBA 2K. What we have created this year for NBA 2K21 on next-gen consoles is going to blow your mind. NBA 2K21 was developed by Visual Concepts, where I work. Visual Concepts has an incredibly long history as the most successful sports game developer ever. Beyond just the NBA 2K franchise, which we're in our 22nd edition now. We're very famous for having created, the NFL 2K franchise, MLB 2K, the NHL 2K, just so many different games, the WWE now. We're a very big, very robust company, and the drive is the same for all of our studios, and that is to create engaging, simulation, realistic sport games that our fans want to play. So I often get asked, what the secret of success is for Visual Concepts, how we continue to churn out, chart-topping games year after year after year after year. And the secret is really simple, and it's not really a secret. We have the most passionate and dedicated sports developers, out there of anybody making sports video games. Everyone here is a basketball fan, a huge basketball fan. We have some of the smartest minds in the industry, the best graphics, the best artists in the industry. When you take all of those people and put them all together, you have a very dedicated and passionate team whose drive is solely to create content that our fans are excited to play every single year, year in, year out. Releasing a basketball game annually can be a big challenge for the team. Aside from the fact that you only truly have about 9 months to develop each game because you're spending the other 3 months supporting your previous release or fixing bugs and not adding new features. Honestly, the hardest part for us is stopping working on each game. We have so many ideas, so many visions we want to put into each game that it's hard to mentally stop and say, okay, this is everything we're going to put in this year's game. Honestly, we have ideas for years on features. Like, we already know what we're going to do in 2K22, 2K23, and so on. One of the most important parts about the NBA 2K franchise is our complete dedication to authenticity. Every single thing you see in our game, is modeled based on everything that happens in real life, down to the arenas, the uniforms, the court floors, and obviously the players. Recreating player likeness, player behaviors is the bread and butter of our video game. We created a very robust facial scanning, rig where we scan our players so they look in our game just like in real life. I'm sure everyone has seen the Steph Curry in the trailer. It's the best looking video game persona that's ever been made in any game ever. I can confidently say that. But beyond the looks, getting them to walk like Steph Curry, getting them to shoot like Steph Curry, to dribble behind the back like Steph Curry, that stuff is really hard to do. And it's a lot of dedication and studying every single player in the NBA, how they move, how they act, how they behave in certain situations. When they're double teamed, what do they do? When a player shades them to the right, do they have the confidence to go left? Everybody who watches the NBA knows all those details, and it's up to us to program our AI and our behaviors on each individual player to get them to play like they do in real life. It's a huge challenge, but honestly, the team here loves it because they get to watch basketball at work and get paid, and they get to make the game. And what better is there in life to do than to watch basketball and make basketball video games? That's how everyone here feels, honestly. If I had to pin the strengths and weaknesses of the NBA 2K series, I'll start with the strengths. I've mentioned the strength already. I think our development team is our biggest strength. We're a large team, 150 people strong who are dedicated to the cause. We will do anything, we'll go above and beyond to put any feature in the game if it makes our game better. And in many ways, I think that's our weakness. The team is so passionate about everything we do is that we don't ever stop putting things into the game. And that could be a weakness because, when was the last time you bought an NBA 2K game and said, well, this was the same game as last year, this wasn't worth upgrading? Like, it doesn't happen. Like, every year we cram so much stuff into the game. We have so many passionate people that sometimes it's hard to keep track of all the new stuff that's in the game, which is, a great problem to have. So what is my favorite developer? That's a good question. I've recently taken over as the executive producer for the NBA 2K franchise, though I have worked on it since NBA 2K3, so a little over 18 years of working on this title. My mentor on this game was Jeff Thomas. He was the executive producer of NBA 2K from its very first game, NBA 2K, all the way through NBA 2K20. He recently retired, and he taught me everything I know. Everything about how to manage people, how to work with them to create features, and how to make the best game possible. And I've taken all of those lessons that I've learned, and I'm going to apply it moving forward. People often ask me, what is the secret to making a game? What do I have to do? What are best tips, best practices? Honestly, I would say it is about passion. It is putting your best foot forward, taking time to come up with ideas. Don't jump into the development phase until you've really thought through what type of game you want to make. And that's something we've learned here. We have long meetings, long discussions about features before we even put pen to paper, or finger to keyboard to start typing the code, if you will. And that's something I've learned in the past. When you jump right into a feature without thinking through all the possible outcomes, you'll often find yourself getting into trouble. So for any developer out there who's aspiring, think before you start. Think about the outcomes, think about the market you're working towards, and think about what you think those people want to play. That is definitely a strength of this team here at Visual Concepts. We all employ that strategy in our day-to-day life making this game. That's something I would encourage everyone to consider when making a game.